He's known as a serial entrepreneur, a businessman, actor, singer, songwriter, and the tune that he did with Jeff Tate is doing very, very well on Foundations. Let's try to get them in the 20s, man. Request this song. We'll talk about it in a bit. Let's meet the man right now that they call Bald Man, Kurt Deimer. How's it going, my friend?
What's up, brother? How are you, man?
I
Thank
am
you for having
doing
me.
well. Oh, thanks for being here on Real Rock Nights, man. I appreciate
And
it.
now I'm just going under Kurt Deimer.
Now just Kurt Deimer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, scratch the bald man. Okay.
Yeah.
First heard about you through businessinsider.com. And
Oh, really?
I thought that was a little bit strange, but then I saw that you had that whole businessman actor moniker, and it's kind of cool. You have an IMDb page, man.
Yeah. I got that. I ended up being in a movie called Trading Paint that was filmed in 2017, and I showed up to do a cameo, a non-speaking role. And I'm walking around waiting for the cameo, and all of a sudden the casting director's like, "We love your look. We need a track announcer. Can you do this scene with John Travolta and Toby Sebastian from Game of Thrones and Shania Twain, and then who else was there? I don't know." And I'm like, well, so I get to speak and get my break. Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, give me the lines. Let's go. The next thing I know, I'm planning out a scene with John Travolta. So,
oh, that's awesome, man. So
crazy.
No plans whatsoever to actually get in past the cameo.
It was a cameo, and then within a month later, I got cast as the teller in the gas station in the Halloween movie that came out in 2018. So I looked at that. There's my sign. I'm gonna run with this. And
just go with it for a while. It's
crazy.
Let's talk about your song "Burn Together" that you did with Jeff Tate. And so, first of all, how did you hook up with Jeff for this song?
Well, I wrote the song last year, and then we had put it together. Did not initially like how it was. Then when my producer Chris Lord-Alge got his hands on it, and we brought Phil X in on it, who's my guitar player. It just turned out the way it did. And at first, it was just my vocals, and then Paul Gargano, who's my manager, is good friends with the Tates, and I'm like, so you think we can, do a tour with Jeff Tate, and he could be on one of our songs? And then I picked "Burn Together" as the one. I just thought our voices and the message would blend easy together. And so Paul introduced us. He flew into LA. We all got together for 3 days. And next thing I know, Jeff's in the studio cutting the vocals. We shot a music video a month later, which will come out in 2 weeks for it. Okay. And it's Jeff Tate, man. I'm like, and now we're friends. Now we're on tour together. And it's the same guy when I watched MTV Music Awards back in the day when he stood in front of the orchestra and sang Silent Lucidity. It's like, Jesus Christ, what is going on?
I was gonna ask you about that. Is what is it like when for you? Because I know the hair on the back of my neck raises up sometimes when I get to work with these people that I grew up like appreciating so much of their talent. What is that like for you to go from this to now you're friends with Jeff Tate?
It's very surreal. I think I count my blessings, and I think back over the last 3 years and how hard I've worked to even get to this point, because the music industry is not easy. And I'm here now. And yeah, when I first heard it, and when we first we shot the music video out in the desert. Jeff was there. I mean, we're walking side by side, singing together. It's like, you just got to pinch yourself and just be very thankful that you're even in that position to have guys like him be able to mentor me as I go forward, and then be featured on my album coming out. And I'm just so very, very lucky, to have the team I do. But it was a lot of hard work to get the demos to LA, to Chris Lord-Alge, to make him my producer. Him and I are like best friends now. So
Up, have a little bit of a lag going on. You're like frozen right now.
Oh, sorry.
No, no,
Am I
no.
frozen still?
It's all good. Yeah, you're still
All right.
frozen, but I can hear your audio fine.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, you guys shot this video together and you're doing this tour together. It's like, how long is the run?
It's about, give or take some cities, about 48 cities. We started September 8th and we are going through around Thanksgiving time. So we have a little break towards the end of October before we head down south to Texas and those areas. But the album's going to drop right at the end of that time off. So we're going to drop our debut album, which we're playing live every night, right around the beginning of November. So, and Burn Together, the video, the real music video will come out around the mid October. So we've got around till Thanksgiving. Yeah. And then we'll just see where we go from there. So.
Okay. All right. That's and you are coming this way also, because I would like to actually get to talk to you in person. I mean,
I would love that, man.
Zoom is this is fine. This has been a pretty good placebo for about the last year and a half. But you know, like we just had the video lag a little while ago. That's annoying after a while.
We're on here and I'm like, do I look here? Do I look the, you know, it's just
okay, you totally get it, man. And then like I told you, it's going to be uploaded to our YouTube channel after the show airs. But like all those little lags and stuff that are in there, I used to take all that stuff out so everything flowed together perfectly and that stuff. I don't care anymore. It's like I want to see, I want people to see what I want people to see what we're dealing with, man. It's like, what the hell? Let's just go with it, man. It's Real Rock Nights. Let's show these people that we are real.
It's rock and roll. I'm sitting on the back of a bus. The engine's going and shit. Gotta do what we got to do to rock and roll, man.
Exactly.
So,
people with your drive always. One thing I want to talk about always impressed me because you have so many irons in the fire all at the same time. What I know you got some other stuff in the pipeline. What are you working on right now?
Well, right now we've probably got 3 EPs, albums together. We're putting the first one out November 5th. We've been writing and whenever something comes into my brain, I'm always writing. So I'm doing that. I'm also writing the script for Hellbilly Hollow 2, which will be the sequel to my movie that's coming out next year.
Okay.
We're just going to be looking for distribution here November, December for 1, Hellbilly Hollow 1, and then 2, I'm writing the script right now. So I'm working on that. Constantly working with Phil on different tones and different rhythms and stuff for our music. I'll get back to LA. I'll go to the studio with Chris Lord Algae, probably cut some more vocals in the studio. And I'll be meeting with a lot of movie people that are doing the post on my movie when I get to California during that break. So I've always got something going on with the movies or the music. And my other companies run themselves now, and I've got great people that do that. So that's just check-ins, I'm not actively involved in that. I'm focused on my rock and roll and on my movies, man.
That's I was gonna ask how you like kept everything in check and kept everything in your head, but you just said you have so many people behind the scenes taking care of a lot of this stuff for you.
Right, and the key is to have good people that you trust and that are loyal to you, and you take care of them and they take care of you. It's all about give and take in life. The more you give, the more you get. And I have very low turnover in any of my entities, and I love people. I take care of them, and they see we want to do everything pro, A level, and it applies to any kind of business, whether it's our stage shows every night, whether it's our music we put out on our debut album, whether it's the movie, we want it to be right. So I've got good people and they take care of me and I take care of them. And that's a big key.
That's awesome, man. Let's take a step back for a second. Did you ever see yourself as having like this wide range of things going on, and it's almost, your life is almost like a huge production. Did you ever see that when you were
Yeah.
younger? Did you know something
Well,
was there for you?
I knew I had a lot in me, and I knew the gerbils were always running in the wheel in my brain. And it was very stressful when I was young, and I had trouble dealing with that because I kept figuring out, what can I do? What business can I didn't want to work for other people, but I also knew I needed to educate myself in everything. I mean, I played in a band till I was like 20, then I quit, got married, had three beautiful boys, raised my family, and I said I pulled away from music because I knew I'd go nowhere fast, right down into the gutter, and I
Okay.
wasn't ready for it. I wasn't mature enough for it. I wasn't, mentally ready. And then this time in my life came when I got into this trading paint just out of the blue. And I'm like, this is a sign. This is the time I can live the dream I wanted to live when I was earlier, because I've done so many other things now that I'm a businessman. I know how to deal with people now. The trickiest part is figuring out who's trying to dupe you and who's not, until it's a little damage has been done. But I can withstand that now because of what I've done between when I stopped and when I came back. So you only live once, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to create music, and hope my goal is by the day I die that people are listening to my songs forever, just like a lot of the classic songs that are out there. So that's my goal, and leave an impression in movies as well.
What is really, really cool to hear is that you actually did the whole family thing, and that before, and now you're picking up where most people would try to do stuff when they were younger. You still there, Kurt? You're frozen again, man. I don't even have audio on you yet. I wonder if they totally lost internet, because I don't see them in the waiting room anymore.
Sorry,
Ah,
I don't know what happened, man.
no problem. No problem. So, let's see. Okay, well, it's showing yellow bars. You got full bars now, so
Okay, good.
should be okay.
Where were we at when you
Oh,
you were frozen and I couldn't hear you?
okay. What I was saying, what I think is kind of cool is that you went and you did the marriage and family thing before,
Yeah.
almost not to sound like an asshole, but almost got that out of the way, and then went back and picked up where you left off when you were younger. Is that
Well,
correct?
that's it. That's exactly how it happened. It was, I didn't know if that would ever happen, but I knew if I worked hard at everything else I was doing, and I got to focus on my sons when they were young and spend all those great dad years with them before they became teenagers, and they're going off, and I encourage them to follow their dreams. And yeah, it just wasn't the right time. I mean, I was, I figured out how to get C's in high school to graduate. I've just never really, I was very smart, but didn't apply myself the way I should have. I got moved around a lot as a kid growing up. My dad got transferred quite a bit, and I just had to get my shit together, if you will. I don't know if I can say
Okay,
shit or not on the show, but I had to get my
sure.
shit together. I was going nowhere fast, and I married my kid's mother, and she helped me settle down. I ended up getting a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, working for a major corporation, learning the oil business is what I used to do, was in, and took it from there, and focused, and then all of a sudden the light came on in me. I lost my sister in 2013 to ovarian cancer, and my
Okay.
dad 3 years later, and they were both very amused. My dad sang in the choir every week, and my sister was very like, the voice was now, and back when she was young, she could have been that. That's how good she was. She was in plays and everything, and I'm honoring them as well. I feel their presence with me. It's my mom and I left, and my mom loves it, and I said, Mom, I'm going to do it now. You know, I feel it. I have one life. It's my time. And my mom can't wait to go to the shows. So it's just kind of been a full circle, man. And now I get to do this for the rest of my life and hopefully touch a lot of people all over the world. So that's very exciting for me to be able to do.
So it's almost,
I love to do that.
It's almost like that incident gave you a reality check and kind of an epiphany, if you will.
An epiphany. Exactly. That's the perfect way to put it.
What was it that you did in the oil business? You said that you were in the oil business.
I own a oil brand, a lubricant brand called Starfire. And I started that, came up with the name myself.
Okay.
I started it above my garage with a computer and a dry erase board and a landline, and just kept track of my profits. And as I grew, I just kept growing. Now I have big blend facilities. I have one up in Pennsylvania. I've got a distribution facility in Ohio. I've got another jobber ship down in Jackson, Tennessee, and they all run themselves. Got great people there. I take care of a lot of families. A lot of people counted on me to wake up to get to work every day because I was a salesman back then. Okay. But now all the companies run on their own. I oversee it. You know, I'm ultimately the CEO and owner of it all, but I don't have to do anything with it. And the guy who runs that for me, Darren Ward, said, "You do you. I got this," and it's worked out. It's working out so good, man. And I just blessed, you know, to be able to. But it's a lot of hard work, and talent is nothing without hard work. And if you don't get up every day and do that, you'll never succeed, no matter how talented you are. So
that's which I think that's a lot of people. A lot of people have to learn that the hard way. Especially right now with social media, because people go do stuff, they go viral, and then they have their 15 minutes of fame, and all of a sudden everything drops out because they really don't have any talent to back it up. So like I said, I think that's something people have to learn the hard way.
You've got to have a strong foundation for the house to stand, you know, for 100 years.
And your businessman acronym is kind of coming through right now too, because you're talking about that. You have to have that foundation to back it up. And if you don't have the foundation, well, hey, you know, that house can't stand. And you're making
and then you have to treat people with respect and kindness, even if business, if it's a deal that's a little tricky, figure it out. We don't need to be adversarial. I mean, nothing good comes out of, you know, adversarial relationships. Goodness comes when it's a win-win relationship and people can come together, you know. So I truly believe that. And that's how I've always, you know, carried myself.
You make so much sense, man.
Oh,
what do you say that we give the Real Rock listeners a taste of Burn Together?
That'd be awesome, man.
Okay.
Love it.
A song that
help it, call the radio stations and request it.
Dude, are you reading my mind? Are you reading my? I was just gonna say, because every time I'm on here and there's a song like this that just it should be higher on the charts. Right now, I believe Burn Together is 32 on Foundations, but I see no reason why you shouldn't be above 20. So I'm going to I call my listeners my big balls of awesome, because every time I ask them to do something, I see the charts the next week. And I see like a 7-spin, like jump on multiple stations. And my last one was Paralandra. This one, Kurt Deimer and Jeff Tate, Burn Together. That's what I'm asking. Radio stations near or far. If it's not near you, but you still have the number, it still works the same. Call up, request. I want this song in the 20s, so I'm playing it every week on the countdown. Jeff Tate and Kurt Deimer, Jeff Tate. This is Burn Together. It's right here, right now on Real Rock Nights.